tropical deserts climatic zone or Sahara type of climatic zone. Clear? As per the temperature, the whole earth is classified into three climatic zones. One is a tropical climatic zone. The second one is a temperate climatic zone. Third one is a polar climatic zone. Tropical climatic zone, temperate climatic zone, polar climatic zone. Again, these three climatic zones classified into 13 climatic zones as per precipitation, temperature, flora and fauna. So equatorial climatic zone has been completed previous classes. Equatorial climatic zone is nothing but it has been located from 0 to 10 degrees in the northern hemisphere and 0 to 10 degrees in the southern hemisphere, which is also called hot and wet climatic zone. Because why it is called hot and wet climatic zone? Afternoon heavy temperature and afternoon heavy precipitation, which is also called tropical evergreen forest climatic zone. Why it is called tropical evergreen forest climatic zone? Because throughout the year thick forest grow, because sufficient rainfall is there, sufficient precipitation is there. That is why tropic means temperature, ever means forever green. Throughout the year the forests are in green color. Selvas, it is also called selva climatic zone. Today, tropical deserts climatic zone or Sahara type of climatic zone. Throughout the world, we can observe 8 tropical deserts. One is Arabian Desert. Arabian Desert. The second one is Thar Desert. These two are in Asian continent. These two are in Asian continent. Third one is Sahara Desert. Fourth one is Kalahari. Kalahari Desert. These two are in African continent. Clear? Fifth one is Sonoran Desert. Where is Sonoran Desert? North America. Sonoran Desert we can see North America. And sixth one is Atacama. Atacama Desert where is? South America. Clear? The other important deserts, Great Australian Desert. Great Australian Desert and Great Victorian Desert. These two are in Australian continent. Clear? Okay. After completion of, I will dictate. Clear? Because lesson is slow, very slow. We have 8 tropical deserts. Arabian Desert, Thar Desert, Sahara Desert, Kalahari, Sonoran, Atacama Desert. Arabia, Thar. These two are, we can see, in Asian continent. Sahara, Kalahari, we can see African continent. Sonoran Desert, we can see North America. Atacama Desert, we can see South America. Great Australian and Great Victorian Desert, we can see in Australian continent. The Great Australian continent, sorry, the Great Australian Desert. The Great Australian Desert is also called Great Victor, Great Sandy Desert. Great Sandy Desert. What are the reasons? All deserts, particularly tropical deserts, are located in the western part of the continents. All tropical deserts located in the western part of the continents. What is the reason? What can? All tropical deserts, all tropical deserts, all tropical deserts have been located in the western part of the continents. Have been located in the western part of the continents. Western part of the continents. Because subtropical high pressure belts, subtropical high pressure belt, subtropical high pressure belt, subtropical high pressure belt, high pressure belts, high pressure belts. Point number one. The second one is offshore trade winds. Offshore trade winds. Offshore trade winds. Third one is westerlies. Westerlies or anti-trade winds. Westerlies or anti-trade winds. Fourth one is cold currents. Clear. Why all tropical deserts are located in the western side of the continents, particularly 10 to 30 degrees? Because point number one is subtropical high pressure belts. Subtropical high pressure belts. The second one is offshore trade winds. Offshore trade winds. Third one is westerlies or anti-trade winds. Fourth one is cold currents. This is a previous main question. Why all tropical deserts have been located in the western side of the continents, particularly 10 to 30 degrees? The main reasons are, point number one is subtropical high pressure belts. Is it clear? The second one is offshore trade winds. Third one is westerlies. Okay. Now we are going to discuss one by one. Is it clear? Did you write? Okay. Look at the board. Okay. Point number 1 is subtropical high pressure belt. All tropical deserts we can see western side of the continents. The major reasons 4. One is subtropical high pressure belts. The second one is offshore winds. Third one is westerlies. Fourth one is cold currents. Cold currents. Clear? Subtropical high pressure belts is nothing but subtropical high pressure belts nearly 30 degrees latitudes. Subtropical high pressure belts we can see either sides of the equator, northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere, 30 degrees latitudes. Okay, 30 degrees latitudes. This one is 0, this one is 30 degrees, this one is 30 degrees. Full information given in winds about subtropical. Subtropical high pressure belts we can observe 30 degrees northern hemisphere, 30 degrees southern hemisphere. High pressure always leads to away from the wind from this area. This area moving towards westerlies also begin in the western side. 2 points here we can carefully observe. Subtropical high pressure belts we can see either sides of the equator 30 degrees north, 30 degrees south. Why 30 degrees north, 30 degrees south subtropical high pressure belts are developed? Because 0 to near the either sides of the equator, the solar radiation fall vertical direction. Either sides of the equator, the solar radiation fall in vertical direction. Due to high temperature, high solar radiation leads to high temperature. High temperature leads to low pressure. Low pressure leads to evapotranspiration. Whenever a high temperature is located either sides of the equator, the atmosphere having more heated atmosphere moving upward direction. Opposite to cold atmosphere moving downward direction. Here, more atmosphere moving towards upward direction. Ultimately, near the tropopause settled here, either sides of the 30 degrees. So here high pressure. High pressure has no rainfall. Only low pressure leads the rainfall. Clear? Low pressure leads evapotranspiration. Evapotranspiration leads to condensation. Condensation leads to formation of the clouds. Formation of the clouds leads to precipitation. So, either sides of the equator, we can observe high pressure. So, these are the subtropical belts to develop the western side of the continents. Offshore winds, offshore trade winds. Trade winds always moving from eastern side towards western side. Trade winds always moving from eastern side towards western side. Is it clear? Here trade winds 30 degrees in the northern hemisphere, 30 degrees in the southern hemisphere. Trade winds in both hemispheres moving towards eastern side, moving towards eastern side. These are the onshore winds. Here we can observe onshore winds. Again, enter in China, offshore offshore trade winds started. Offshore winds are nothing but the winds which begin or start on the surface of the land, that are called offshore winds. Onshore winds are nothing but the winds that commence or begin from surface of the water, is called onshore. So here offshore, due to offshore trade winds, western side of the Asian continent, in the northern hemisphere, northeastern trade winds. In the southern hemisphere, southeastern trade winds. The trade winds in the northern hemisphere are called northeastern trade winds because these winds commence in the northeastern side, while in the southern hemisphere, southeastern side. Due to northeastern of trade winds in the western side of the Asian continent, in the western side of the Asian continent, we can observe Arabian Desert and Thar Desert. Arabian Desert has been located Saudi Arabia. This location is Saudi Arabia. Arabian Desert has been located Saudi Arabia, Oman, Yemen, Iran. This location is Iran. This is Iraq, Kuwait, southern side of Kuwait, Bahrain, southern side of Bahrain, Qatar, southern side of Qatar, United Arab Emirates, Syria, Lebanon, they're all Israel location. This location leads to drought conditions. What are the reasons behind to develop the tropical deserts in the western side? The main points is 4. One is subtropical high pressure belts. The second point is offshore trade winds. Third one is westerlies. Fourth one is cold currents. Okay. They are going to subtropical high pressures, offshore trade winds. Clear? 2 desert. In India, Pakistan, we can observe Thar Desert. Clear? 2 points. Thar Desert. At the same time, due to high pressure, subtropical high pressure belt, offshore trade winds in the northern part of Africa, particularly 10 to 30 degrees western side. Northern part of Africa, we can observe Sahara Desert. Sahara Desert distribute Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Libya, Egypt, Niger, Chad, Sudan. They're all locations. Sahara Desert. Maximum distribute in the western side. Clear? Whereas in the southern hemisphere, Sahara Desert has been located in northern part of Africa, particularly 10 to 30 degrees, in the maximum distributed in the western side, northwestern side, particularly Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Libya, Egypt, Niger, Chad. Whereas in the southern hemisphere of the African continent, Kalahari Desert we can observe. It has been located Namibia, Botswana, Angola, South Africa. Clear? African continent, 2 tropical deserts, Sahara Desert, Kalahari. Kalahari Desert has been Namibia, Botswana, Angola, South Africa, whereas Sahara Desert, Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Libya, Egypt, Niger, Chad, Sudan. The main reasons to develop western side of the continent's tropical deserts, one is subtropical high pressure belts. Subtropical high pressure belts developed either sides of the equator, 30 degrees northern hemisphere, 30 degrees southern hemisphere. The second point is off trade winds. Third point is westerlies. Always we can observe westerlies commence in the western side, particularly 30 degrees. Here also 30 degrees. For example, this location also 30 degrees. This location also 30 degrees. 30 degrees. Here we can observe Sonoran Desert. Sonoran Desert. Here, which desert? Atacama. Atacama Desert has been located Peru, Chile. Atacama Desert has been located Peru, Chile, whereas Sonoran Desert has been located California, Arizona State, and Mexico. Sonoran Desert has been located California State, Arizona States of USA, and Mexico country. Atacama Desert has been located Peru, Chile countries of South America. Whereas Great Australian Desert, southwestern side of Australia, Great Victorian Desert also southern side. So far, 8 tropical deserts. So, subtropical high pressure belts, point number. These are located either sides of the 30 degrees. The second one is offshore trade winds. For example, trade winds commence. Here onshore started, again offshore. Okay. Due to offshore trade winds, both hemispheres, western side of the 2 points clear. One is subtropical high pressure belts. The second one is offshore trade winds. Trade winds always begin from eastern side towards. The second point is, third point, westerlies. Westerlies begin 30 degrees western side in the northern hemisphere, 30 degrees western side in the southern hemisphere, 30 degrees here also 30 degrees. Clear? Whenever high pressure has been located in both hemispheres near 30 degrees, westerlies begin from the western side towards eastern side. Westerlies 30 to 45 degrees in the northern hemisphere, 30 to 45 degrees in the southern hemisphere. Any confusion? Westerlies begin in both hemispheres 30 degrees to 45 degrees. Near these begin in the 30 degrees, moving towards 45 degrees. While polar winds 60 to 45. Clear? Westerlies. Why these are called westerlies? Anti-trade winds. Here high pressure belts, here high pressure belt. Moisture moving towards poles regions, both hemispheres. Not written in towards inside of the 30 degrees. That is why all tropical deserts located in the western side of the continents. Point number one is subtropical high pressure belts. The second one is offshore trade winds. Third one is westerlies. Fourth one is cold winds. Cold winds. We can observe always warm currents begin in equatorial area. As for the temperature, the currents are mainly two types. As for the temperature, the ocean currents are classified mainly two types. One is warm currents, the second one is cold currents. The currents which are generated near the equatorial area are called warm currents. The currents which are generated near the poles regions are called cold ocean currents. Is it clear? Here, for example, it is the equatorial warm current. It is also equatorial warm current. Near here also equatorial warm current. This location is Pacific Ocean equatorial warm current. Pacific Ocean equatorial warm current. This location is Atlantic Ocean equatorial warm current. This location is Indian Ocean equatorial warm current. Clear? Can I draw one more diagram due to currents? Any confusion? Look at the board. Cold currents always moving from poles regions. Warm currents always originated in the, this is equatorial warm current. This is equatorial warm current. This one is equatorial warm current. Clear? Here Sonoran Desert, here Atacama Desert, here Kalahari Desert, here Sahara Desert. Here Great Australian Desert, Great Victorian Desert. Clear? The currents which are originated near the equatorial area are called equatorial warm currents. Clear? For example, Atlantic Ocean current. Atlantic Ocean currents, equatorial warm currents moving, always warm currents moving from east to west. These currents passes up to western side or eastern side of South America and North America. It divides two main branches. Clear? Divides two main branches. Equatorial, North Equatorial. This is North Atlantic warm current. This is North Atlantic cold currents. These are different type. We'll discuss ocean currents. The North Atlantic cold current, the equatorial warm current meets Newfoundland. These two currents travel moving by the force of the westerlies. By the force of the trade winds, equatorial warm currents moving from eastern side towards western side. By the force of the trade winds, equatorial warm currents moving from eastern side towards western side. At the same time, by the force of the westerlies or anti-trade winds. These are the drift currents. Drift currents are nothing but where the warm currents and cold currents. Drift currents are originated due to the merging of one cold current and a warm current. So drift current by force of this North Atlantic west wind drift current. By force of the westerlies, this drift current moving from western side towards eastern side. Again, near Europe, divide two main branches. One is Norway current. The second one is Canary cold current. Canary cold current originated near Canary Islands, northwestern side of Africa, near Sahara Desert area. Due to Canary cold currents in the northern part of, or northwestern part of African continent, Sahara Desert is originated. Due to Canary cold current, northwestern part of Africa, Sahara Desert is originated. So this is the fourth reason. One is subtropical high pressure belts. The second one is off trade, off trade wind, offshore trade winds. Third one is westerlies. Fourth one is cold currents. Okay. So in Atlantic Ocean, one warm current divide two main branches, eastern side of South America. One branch goes to northern side, the other branch goes to southern side. Southern side branch travel up to Uruguay. Southern side branch travel up to Uruguay. Is it clear? Uruguay country. At the same time, one cold currents are begin from the Antarctic Ocean through Falkland Islands. That is why which is called Falkland cold current. So Falkland cold current merges into the South Equatorial warm current near Uruguay country. These two currents are converted into the drift current by force of the westerlies. This drift current moving towards eastern side up to Benguela coast in South Africa. Near Benguela coast, Benguela cold current is originated. Due to the Benguela cold current, the Kalahari Desert has been located. Due to Benguela cold current, the Kalahari Desert has been located in the southern side of the African continent. Due to Canary cold currents, Sahara Desert is originated. Due to Benguela cold current, Kalahari Desert is originated. Is it clear? Here, Peru cold current. Not. Here, California cold current. Here, Peru cold current. Due to California cold current, the Sonoran Desert has been originated. The Sonoran Desert has been originated here. In the Pacific Ocean, near equatorial area, warm currents are originated. One branch goes to northern side, the other branch goes to southern side. At the same time, one cold currents begin from the Arctic Ocean. These two currents, warm current, cold current, merges into near Japan. By force of the westerlies, moving towards eastern side. This current passes up to California state of USA, which is called California cold current. Due to California cold current, Sonoran Desert has been located, originated in North America. Southern branch goes to southern side, particularly Peru country. It travels up to Peru. Due to Peru cold current, the Atacama Desert has been originated. Whereas in Indian Ocean also, one warm current divide two branches. One branch goes to northern side, the other branch goes to southern side. Due to southern branch, Great Australian Desert. This is West Australian cold current. West Australian cold current. Again, we'll discuss how many cold currents, how many subtropical belts are. We'll discuss. Don't worry. The major reasons you have to remember, revise. Due to develop the tropical deserts in the western side. The main points 4. One is, the second one is Third one is, fourth one is cold currents. Should write the notes. Any confusion? Subtropical high pressure belt. Subtropical high pressure belts are originated. Subtropical high pressure belts are originated. Subtropical high pressure belts are originated 30 degrees northern hemisphere, 30 degrees northern hemisphere, and 30 degrees southern hemisphere. Subtropical high pressure belts are originated 30 degrees northern hemisphere, 30 degrees southern hemisphere. Okay. These are originated due to high temperature, near the equatorial area. These are originated due to high temperature. These are originated due to the high temperature near the equatorial area, because the solar radiation fall in vertical direction. The solar radiation fall in vertical direction. The solar radiation fall in vertical direction. The solar radiation fall in vertical direction in the equatorial area. Okay, next point. The high solar radiation leads high solar radiation leads high temperature. Okay, due to high temperature, the atmosphere which is located either sides of the equator, heated, HEATED, heated and moving towards upward direction. Heated and moving towards upward direction. Moving towards upward direction. Up to tropopause. Up to tropopause. Okay. After that, moving up to tropopause. After that, it is converted into the cold air masses. After that, it is converted into the cold air masses. After that, it is converted into the cold air masses. That cold air masses settled. That cold air masses settled near the 30 degrees northern hemisphere near the 30 degrees northern hemisphere, near the 30 degrees northern hemisphere, and near the 30 degrees southern hemisphere, near the 30 degrees southern hemisphere. So these are called subtropical high pressure belts. So these are called subtropical high pressure belts. Okay. Warm air should write note. Warm air always moving upward direction. Warm air always moving upward direction. Warm air always moving upward direction. While WHIL, while cold air always descending, 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 cold air always descending or sinking, on the surface of the earth, on the surface of the earth. Is it clear? To develop the tropical deserts in the western side of the continents, point number one is subtropical high pressure. Subtropical high pressure is nothing but 30 degrees in the northern latitudes, 30 degrees in the clear. High pressure belt is nothing but humidity atmosphere. Right note. High pressure, citing high pressure, high pressure, high pressure. Humidity atmosphere is called high pressure. Humidity atmosphere is called high pressure. Humidity atmosphere is called high pressure. And dry atmosphere is called low pressure. Dry atmosphere is called low pressure. Dry atmosphere is called low pressure. Any confusion? For example, this is 0, this is 0. This one is 30 degrees. This one is 30 degrees north, 30 degrees south. Clear? This is 0 degree latitude. Due to high solar radiation, the atmosphere immediately heated. Heated atmosphere moving towards upward direction. Warm air masses always moving upward direction, while cold air masses always moving downward direction. Sinking, descending, rising, upward. Warm air masses, upward direction, rising direction. Cold air masses moving, sinking, ascending order. Here, due to high temperature, the equatorial atmosphere, whenever more heated, that atmosphere moving towards upward direction up to tropopause. Tropopause is nothing but it is the meeting place of troposphere and stratosphere. Clear? Whenever warm air masses moving up to tropopause, near tropopause, the temperature is low. Again, these warm air masses are converted to the cold air masses. So, some air masses moving towards 30 degrees northern hemisphere, some are moving towards 30 degrees southern hemisphere. So, that is why 30 degrees north latitudes, 30 degrees south latitudes are called subtropical. 30 degrees north, 30 degrees south. Why these are called subtropical? Tropical means 23 and a half. Beyond 23 and a half, 30 degrees. Below 23 and a half, southern hemisphere, 30 degrees. That is why that are called subtropical high pressure belt. If the pressure deposited near the Tropic of Cancer in the northern hemisphere or Tropic of Capricorn in the southern hemisphere, then that are called tropical high pressure belts. Okay? Whereas here, the high atmosphere, the cold atmosphere settled northern 30 degrees, southern 30 degrees. That is why 30 degrees north latitude, 30 degrees south latitudes are called subtropical high pressure belt. When compared with 0, here LP, here HP, high pressure. Okay. Low pressure always leads to evapotranspiration. Evapotranspiration always leads to condensation. Condensation always leads to formation of the clouds. Formation of the clouds always leads to. Oh, okay. Here, high pressure is there. These are not possible to lead the precipitation. That is why deserts are located in the western side of the continents, either sides of the continents, northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. So, this point is subtropical high pressure belt. What are the reasons behind all tropical deserts are located in the western side? One is subtropical high pressure belt area. The second one is offshore winds. The winds that begin from surface of the land moving towards surface of the water are called offshore trade winds. The third one is westerlies. Clear? Offshore trade winds. Second point. Second point is offshore trade winds. The winds that begin from surface of the lands, the winds that begin from surface of the lands and moving towards surface of the sea or ocean are called offshore trade winds. In both hemispheres, to develop the tropical deserts, tropical deserts, offshore trade winds are also main reason. Offshore trade winds are also main reason. These winds begin from eastern side. After full stop. These winds begin from eastern side. And moving towards western side. the humidity percentage decreases. The humidity or the moisture percentage, moisture, the moisture percentage decreases. The humidity, humidity, humidity or the moisture percentage decreases. Clear? We'll discuss further trade winds. What are the trade winds? With types of planet winds. One is over, the second one is over. Third point, westerlies. Westerlies. Westerlies always begin. Westerlies always begin in both hemispheres. In both hemispheres, near the subtropical high pressure belt. Near the subtropical high pressure belt. Near the subtropical. What are you writing? Near the subtropical high pressure belt. And moving towards subpolar regions. Subpolar, from subtropical high pressure belts and moving towards subpolar regions. Subpolar regions. Clear? That is why all tropical deserts have been located. All tropical deserts have been located in the western side of the continents. That is why all tropical deserts have been located in the western side of the continents. In the western side of the continents. Clear? Next point. Fourth one is cold currents. Cold currents. Okay. Cold currents always begin or commence. Cold currents always begin or commence from the poles regions. From the poles regions. Cold currents always begin or commence. COMMENC. Cold currents always begin or commence near the poles regions. Near the poles regions. And moving towards equatorial region. Equatorial and moving towards equatorial region. Cold winds always begin or commence near the poles regions and moving towards equatorial region. At the same time, warm currents are originated. At the same time, warm currents are originated. Warm currents are originated near the equatorial area. Warm currents are originated near the equatorial area due to high temperature. Near the equatorial area due to high temperature. Near the equatorial area due to high temperature. Any confusion? And these are moving towards and these are moving towards poles regions. These are moving towards poles regions. Clear? Next point. Drift currents are originated. DRIFT, drift currents. DRIFT, drift. DRIFT, drift currents are originated. DRIFT, drift currents are originated due to the merging of warm currents and cold currents. Drift DRIFT, drift currents are originated. Drift currents are originated due to the merging of warm currents and cold currents. Next point. By force of the westerlies, FRC, by force of the westerlies, the drift currents moving towards eastern side, particularly where the tropical deserts are originated, where the tropical deserts are originated, where the tropical deserts are originated. Okay. Next point. Some important we'll discuss some important cold currents. We'll discuss the main. Did you write the Australian Arabian Desert? Location of Arabian Desert. Over. It has been located in Saudi Arabia, UAE. Right. Side heading is Arabian Desert. Yes. Side heading is Arabian Desert. It has been located. Arabian Desert has been located in the western side of Asia. Arabian Desert has been located in the western side of Asia, particularly it distributes Saudi Arabia, UAE, Saudi Arabia, UAE. What are you writing? Iran, Iraq. UAE is nothing but United Arab Emirates. Iran, Iraq. Israel. Jordan. JHORDN, Jordan. Bahrain, Qatar. KATHAR, Qatar. And so forth. And so forth is nothing but etc. Okay. Next, Thar Desert. Wait, 1 minute. The tribes in this desert are called The tribes in this desert were, yes, Bedouins, Bedouins, Bedouins. The tribes in Sahara Desert, Bedouins. Yes, Bedouins, Bedouins. Next, Thar Desert, THR, Thar Desert, Thar Desert. It has been located. Thar Desert has been located. Thar Desert has been located. India and Pakistan. India and Pakistan. Thar Desert has been located India and Pakistan. Is it clear? The hottest place in the Thar Desert is the hottest place. The hottest place in the Thar Desert is Jacobabad. The hottest place in the Thar Desert is Jacobabad. Yes, it is in the Sindhu state of Pakistan. It is in the Sindhu state of Pakistan. It is in the Sindhu state of Pakistan. Is it clear? Next point. Jaisalmer is the Indian Thar Desert hottest place. Jaisalmer is the Indian Thar Desert hottest place. Jaisalmer is the Indian Thar Desert hottest place. It is in the western Rajasthan. It is in the western Rajasthan. It is in the western Rajasthan. Over. Next, Sahara Desert. For 2 minutes we have tribes. Here tribes are not there. If any tribes are there, I will introduce, don't worry. Is it clear? Next, Sahara Desert. Sahara Desert. It has been located northwestern part of the African continent. Northwestern part of the African continent. Northwestern part of the African continent. And moving towards eastern side. Northwestern part of the African continent and moving towards eastern side. Particularly it distributes Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Libya, Egypt, Niger, Niger, Chad, 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 not Chad, 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 not Chad, Sudan, clear? Sudan, Clear? Okay. The tribes are in Sahara Desert. The tribes are any confusion? Fallahins. Fallahins. Fellahins. Fallahins. Then correct spelling in English. Fellahins. Okay, not P. Clear? Next. Oasis. Oasis. Yes. Caravan traders. Caravan traders. Caravan. Caravan traders. Hmm. Bedouins. Here also Bedouins types. Bedouins. Turegs. Turegs. Or Tauregs. Turegs or Tauregs. Turegs or Tauregs. Any confusion? Hmm? Next point. Bedouins, Turegs are the nomadic tribes. Bedouins, Bedouins and Turegs are the nomadic tribes. Nomadic tribes are, frequently the tribes, those are moving frequently from one place to other places are nothing but nomadic. Okay. Fallahins tribes are called farmers. Fallahins tribes are called farmers. Farmers. Yes. Farmers. Farmers, those who are agriculture activities. Farmers are silent. Okay. Next point. Business tribes are called caravan traders. 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 The tribes, those who are living near the water spots areas, oasis. The tribes, those who are living near the water spots areas. The tribes, those who are living. The tribes, those who are living near the water spots areas are called oasis. If you want break, huh? After break we'll discuss because 7:30 you have break. 8:30. Okay. Hmm? After break we'll continue. Otherwise, continues.